Hello and welcome to this video about what were we doing before spring break for the 6th grade red group. So before spring break, we were looking at two variable equations. And we have a lot to unpack and a lot to refresh our memory about with two variable equations. So when we're looking at two variable equations, we might have something that looks like y equals x plus 2. And what we want is a bunch of xy points that make this equation true. And ultimately, we want to make a line on a graph that really captures what y equals x plus y, what y equals x plus 2 looks like. And so, for example, if I look at this equation, if I'm going to let x be 1, y has to be 3. I let x be 10, y has to be 12. And I could keep playing this game forever and ever and ever. So I could go with like -5, -3, and then I could go with 0, 2, and just on and on and on. Now here's the thing. All of these that I've cooked up are called solutions. Because when I put them into the equation, it makes it true. It works. Now, if I tried something like the point 4, 4, that's not a solution. So let's write that out. Not a solution. Because I'll take this y value, put it in there. 4 equals, take this x value, put it there. 4 plus 2, there's a question mark there because we're asking ourselves that. We get 4 equals 6. That's not the case. So that point would not be on this line right here. So that's the first thing, is that when we have these equations, we're looking for solutions, points that make the equation true. Second, we started talking about graphing our tables. And we mean, graphing our equations. And when we're graphing, what that really means is make a table and put some points in there. And so let me kind of cook up a couple straightforward examples. So first we're going to make a coordinate plane, and also let's just kind of keep our coordinate plane simple. Let's look at the first quadrant, this part of it where everything is positive. Now if I have the equation y equals, let's go with x plus 3, I'm going to make maybe a 3-column xy table, x, y, and then I'm going to pick some very simple values for x. And so some really simple ones are 0, 1, and 2. And then I'm going to put my expression x plus 3 right there. And so what I do is I take my 0, I plug it in, so I have 0 plus 3. Do the math, I get 3. 1 plus 3, I get 4. 2 plus 3, I get 5. Now, I can go back to my table, and I can start, my graph, and start plotting it. Because what I have here is the point 0, 3, 1, 4, and 2, 5. So 0, 3 is right there. 1 on the x, 4 on the y is there. 2, 5, right there. And now what I do is I want to connect, and I want to go through, drawing an arrow in both directions. And there we go. Now, let's do another example. And let me show you one that was a little bit harder, one that we kind of stumbled with a little bit. Now, again, we'll kind of go with this is just the first quadrant for our coordinate plane. But this time, let's say we have y equals x over 5. Now, here's the cool part. I'm picking these values for x and y. I want to pick easy ones. So I'm going to go with 0. I can go with 1, but I'm seeing I don't like this. Like, this is difficult. So I'm going to pick numbers that are easy. I'm going to go with 10. And if I wanted to do one more, whoops, let me erase that. If I wanted to do one more, I might go with something like 15. Notice, I'm picking multiples of 5, and that's going to help me out because eventually what I have to do is divide everything here by 5. So 0 divided by 5, well, that's just 0. 1 divided by 5 is 1/5, which is a true value, but a little awkward with graphing. Here, I have 10, so I go 10 divided by 5, and now you can maybe see what I was getting at. 10 divided by 5, 2. 15 divided by 5, 3. These are nice whole numbers, much easier to graph. Now the hard part is going out and graphing it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sketch it, or let's see here. I'm going to stretch out the y-axis, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to really condense the x-axis here. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, all right, so there's 15 right there. Okay, 10 and 5. All right, now I can take these points and I can plot them. So I have the point 0, 0 coming from here and here. That goes right there. I have 1 1/5. Again, awkward. What do I do with that? So it right about there. But you're kind of guessing. It is what it is. But 10, 2. All right, that's a lot easier to work with. That I can plot right there. So 10, 2 and 15, 3. I can plot that right there. And now I have my nice straight line, and again I want arrows expanding on because there's a bunch of these points. I'm just getting a feel for a couple of these. Okay, final thing to leave you with. We'll leave it at that. There was some other stuff, but hopefully this has been a nice little refresher for what we were doing before spring break and can kind of get you caught up to speed for what we'll do after spring break.